This is Don Ice Age back at you. Got the Enforcer case break. This is the second half of the 7 boxes. As I said before, the boxes are down to about $40-some a box, which isn't too bad. As you get 12 cards per box, and 5 of them being base cards. I still think the base cards are almost like inserts, but for like several dollars a piece. And 2 game used and 5 autos. And there's our Andrew Peters. It's the instigator. Put the box away. Let's see what the second game used under there is. So far we've seen a few. 1 quad to pop out, with most of them being these cards, the 2 instigators. And there's what everybody wants: Bob Probert and Stu Grimson. So nice Probert on that. And autos: Bob Nystrom, Marty McSorley, a nice little hit there. Dave Manson, Bob Kelly for Flyer fans. Semenko, that'd be a dupe. We got one of him in the first break. And the Bloody Battle cards: Worrell versus Lindros, Dave Schultz Enforcer, Tough franchise for Detroit: Ted Lindsay, Gerald Gallant, Bob Probert, Joey Coker, Schultz versus Tiger Williams, and another Baru versus Terry Cummins for the Bloody Battles. So that is box, actually 8. We're box 1 in the second half of the case break, however you want to do it. So set that over there. Very nice hit with the McSorley. Bob Probert. So that's good. This Probert is one of the few enforcers that gets quite a bit of hobby love. Of course, he doesn't have a whole lot of stuff out there. Okay, here's box 9. And the Enforcer card will be Bob Nystrom. Open it up. The card underneath. Yes, another quad. Very nice. St. Louis, which is going to have the big one. Tony Twist, Kelly Chase, and McRae and Nash. Trying to think, yeah, that is Tyson Nash. And let's see, Tony Twist, Kelly Chase, and Basil McRae. Okay, so there's a nice quad for St. Louis. That'll probably be the first pick in this half of the case so far. Rob Ray auto. And let's see here, Stan Jonathan, Craig Marube, Terry O'Reilly, a nice little hit there. Bob McGill. And Enforcers: Tiger Williams versus O'Reilly. Tough franchises: Tony Twist, Basil McRae, Kelly Chase, Reed Lowe. Ah, there we go. Enforcers: Maurice Richard versus Lyko, which that'll be a nice little Enforcer card with Maurice, Damian McRae, and Grimson versus Probert. So nice little hit there with the quad for sure. And Maurice Richard always being a favorite, even though it's an insert, will probably get drafted over some autographs. So that is box number 2. We're moving on. Box number 3. Another Detroit card, which is good for me, being a Red Wing fan, but of course doesn't mean I'll get it. Okay, get that last card to come out of here. Well, if I can't show it, I'll just shake it out. Okay, we have a Joey Coker versus Dave Manson, which I think played for Chicago. Yeah. Rivals back in the day, so nice cards there. 2 color on the Manson. And a Darcy Tucker, a nice 2 color. He gets a little hobby love and Leaf fans. And we got Shane Corson, Kurt Brackenberry, Tony Twist auto, Shane Churla, John Marassi, and Chris Nealon for the record holders. Most penalties in a game. Is that 80? Let's see. What's it say? 10-minute misconduct. Another record for most penalties in a game with 10. Yeah. There's a Bashir versus George. Ooh. Probert versus Clark. And Clark versus McSorley, with the bloody battles being, which I didn't get to shake out of there, is Cummins versus Twist. And I think George is delving in being a leader, trying to get the unionized for the CHL hockey. Get a union started in there. We'll see if that happens. And box 4. Yes, we might be watching minor league hockey. And oh yeah, nice. Look at those colors on that. 3 colors and 2 colors. And there's one of the Enforcers that gets a ton of hobby love. Ty Domi. And the 3-color patch on Craig Berube is very awesome. That's the first one I've seen with 3 colors. And Instigator is Colton Orr. So, Dan Carcillo, Garth Butcher, John Winsick, Rich Pylon, and Gerald Gallant. And we got Manson versus Reichel, which would be Warren, Morancy versus Jablonski, Bloody Battles, Baru versus Tamer. And we got the Montreal tough guys for the tough franchises. John Kordick, Chris Nealon, Lyle Oderlin, and Shane Corson. There's Coker versus Kelly Butcherberger. So that's a nice hit with 5 colors and those 2 game used pieces on that one. And we're moving on to box 5 of the second half. So let's see. As I said, I'll get the scans up for the game used. And there's a 2-colored jersey for the Andrew Pruders, Colton Orr. Nobody big, but a nice 2-color there. Not sure if anybody's working on the sets. Excuse me. Dave Manson, 2-color. Chris King. Kelly Chase. George LaRue. Bob Nystrom. And Frank Bialawis, never heard of him. Manson versus Reichel. Marassi versus Jablonski, we just got that in the last pack. Rude versus Tamer, and we just hit the Montreal, so that's 2 of those in there. Coker versus Buchenberger. Let me look at this. This is quite a coincidence. Let's just see. So we look at our last box that we pulled, which had the same cat. Let's see if this is how this goes. We have Kocher versus Butcherberger. Set that over there. Montreal. Seeing, yeah, okay. The bloody battles are different. Manson versus Reichel. Baru versus Tamer. But look at, here we go. Marassi versus Jablonski, Marassi versus Jablonski. Now, if we go back and look at the bloody battles, as I'm pulling them out, we hit these out of the 2. So, but look what we're getting out of the other. So, Boo versus Tamer, Boo versus Tamer. And then out of the other box, Manson versus Reichel, Manson versus Reichel. I've never ever seen that. So that's basically the odds of pulling 5 inserts that are packed exactly the same and the one box apart in the break. That's for the same case. I think the odds are pretty astronomical. But all the autos are different as far as my recollection. And the game views are definitely different, so just thought it was pretty funny that the 5 inserts were exactly the same as the combinations for all the different insert or base cards, as you want to call them, would be almost impossible to duplicate. So here we go, box 6. Instigator card on the top. Put the box back. Let's see what we got here. Dion Phaneuf. Few people like him. And Colton Orr versus Donald Bashir. Nice little thick swatch. Not sure if you can see that, but yeah, it's definitely a raise in that part of the jersey. Peter Wall. Auto. Todd Ewan, Will Plett, Kurt Brackenberry, and Enrico Saccone, George LaRue, and Bob Probert, Cody and Thornton, yeah, Sean Thornton, Ty Domi versus Bob Probert, and the Blackhawks Tough Franchises, Enrico, Dave Manson, Stu, and Bob Probert, and Bashir versus old George Peros. Gotta love that mustache on there. So that is box 6. And the last box and the wrap up the draft. So as things go, looks like you're going to get about 2 quads per case. And we come up with a nice Stu Grinson and a Rico Saccone. So the Grim Reaper strikes. And there it is. And the last card is a Matt Karkner. I love how he's got his eyes closed like he's just been punched. Okay, Marty McSorley. I know we got one of him before, so that's a dupe. Dave Brown, Jim McKenzie. I love the hair, Bill Goldthorpe, and Jay Wells. Tiger Williams, King versus Reichel, Hunter versus Hunter, Reichel versus Twist, and Tough Franchises, Link Getz, Jeff Odger, Brian Marshman, and Marty McSorley. So that concludes the breaks. Thanks for participating, and we'll get the drafting these cards, and I'll get scans up, and we'll start rolling. Thanks for watching. See you on the forum, or if you want, just drop me a message on the YouTube channel at SportsCardForum.